Years ago we had Father Coughlin, we had the KKK, but now we have a new brand of Jew hating. You have the black Jew hating. We see it now Sharpton, we see it in Jesse Jackson, Reverend Wright, Louis Farrakhan, and we see it in the new Muslim community growing up in this country. Every single, well, not every single, 80 to 90% of the mosques are run by the North Atlantic Islamic Trust, which is funded by Saudi Arabia. This is a Jew-hating group. So I must assume that if I see a mosque and I see people going in, I must assume that that mosque is controlled by the North Atlantic Islamic Trust, which is owned and run by Saudi Arabia, and they are Jew haters par excellence.
And are they preaching, advocating discrimination against the Jews?
Oh, absolutely. You have CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, which is a Muslim Brotherhood organization, an Al-Qaeda group. They do. Well, what they've done, they've become a little bit more sophisticated. Rather than saying we don't like Jews, they twist it around and say we don't like Israel. They've substituted their hatred for Israel for their hatred for Jews.
Basically, how about Zionists? Not just Israel as a country, but supporters of Israel?
Well, the supporters of Israel are Zionists. Jews should be Zionists, supporters of Israel, because this is their escape. Remember, although we've been in this country since its inception, I always feel I have the Jewish paranoia, which says I am basically just a visitor in this country. Even though I fought for this country, I was in service. I feel, as the European Jews did, that they're just visitors in Poland and Hungary, in France and England. So we have to fight for the preservation of Israel, because as Israel goes, so go the Jews in this country.
And as Israel goes towards the jihad, what would the fall of Israel into Muslim hands signify to the global jihad?
Well, it's, if Israel falls, it signifies that Muhammad was right, and that Allah is right, and Islam is right, that Jews don't deserve to live. It's written in the Quran, Jews don't deserve to live, and Christians. But if Israel goes, the United States is next. Let's be real about it. First the Sunday people, and then the Saturday people.
Is that necessarily by war?
I'm sorry, I apologize. First the Saturday people, then the Sunday people.
But when you say the United States would go, would that be by violent conquest, or?
Well, you have a book, Stealth Jihad. Today, you have to read that book, Stealth Jihad. And it says, I'm sorry?
Infiltration
it's
of American
silent
power?
Infiltration. Look at our schools today. Look at our universities today. They're run basically by the Muslim Student Association, by the Islamists. You have FAU, my alma mater, Brooklyn College is gone. Harvard is holding a conference for Islamists. You have University of California at San Diego. You have Rutgers University, overt anti-Semitic, Jew-hating acts. Our country is next.
Is the presence of Islam and Muslims, you think, antithetical to the safety of Jews in America?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we had Nazis in World War II. During the 30s and 40s, we had the Nazis. They did not have a power in this country. They were not powerful in this country. The Muslims today are extremely powerful in this country. They're up to the White House. Listen, our president was born a Muslim, although he denies it. He was born a Muslim, and look at all of his friends, Rashid Khalidi.
Palestinian PLO spokesman?
Yeah, we have Louis Farrakhan, you have Reverend Wright. These are people who accommodate the Muslims, and there's no doubt in my mind that Barack Obama inside has an intense dislike for Jews. Whether it's his Islamic heritage, he was raised in Jakarta, Indonesia, under the Muslim school system.
Or it's communist?
Or communist. Listen, he was raised by Frank Marshall Davis, a pedophile communist. His mother abdicated and left him alone. She left. His grandmother and grandfather were loyal communists. And Frank Marshall Davis, a pedophile communist, had a tremendous role in raising Barack Obama. Who knows what he imparted in him then?